So the first move is an airplane, and it looks like this. And it was in your tryout routine, so you should know that. But just a quick run through, you have to assume the position, which jump into this excited position, and your non-baton arm is in front of you, and your baton arm is behind you, and your feet are slightly separated. Start off by doing a circle, and as you're doing the circle, your body turns to face the right side of you, and your arms are still parallel to the floor. And then the second part of this move is you do a forward throwing motion as your non-baton arm is going in the opposite direction of your baton arm, like this. Here, back together, and then finish it off with a helicopter, and then bring it. And that was in your tryout. The next move is called an Panda, and it's an 8-count move, and it consists of doing a bunch of figure eights as you're moving your legs. So it looks like this. So your legs are doing very teensy tiny steps, first to the right and then to the left. So you take 2 to the right and then you take 2 to the left. So your feet just go step together, step full hop, step together, step full hop. And you want to stay on your toes the whole time because you want to be bouncy, because this is a really cute move. So you want to be bouncy. So once again, your feet go step together, step full hop, step together, step full hop. So that's your feet. And as your feet are doing this, your hand movements, without twirling it, your hand movements are kind of like you're conducting. If you've ever gone to a concert before, they kind of conduct like this. It's 2 U's with your hands that go out together and then back in together. So that looks like that. And as you're doing this, you're doing figure eights. So for each time you go out, it's 1 figure eight. Figure eight, figure eight. So you're doing that. So as you're doing that, you're taking a step. So every time you take a step, you're doing 1 figure eight. So you're doing figure eight, and then you're gonna go again with your hands going in. Figure eight. Same way the other way. Figure eight, figure eight. And you want to make sure your fingers are together as you're doing this, and as well that your palm is always facing the floor and not fish flopping back and forth. So you want to make sure it's very swift. So it looks like this. And the counts to this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the next move is called a bandstand. It's done at the end of your baton, and it looks like this. And basically, it's a very simple move. So for the first part of this move, you're swinging your baton upwards in a circle and a half, and at the same time, your right knee pops out. So it's a circle and a half up here, and you want your baton to be in line with your shoulder blade, like that. You don't want it at a 90 like you were marching. You want it down here, and you can't really see my baton, like it's not out here, it's behind my back, and your arm is just kind of chilling there, and your non-baton arm is on your hip, so the entire time. So the first part is a circle and a half as you pop out your right knee, and the second half of it, your baton is spinning the other way, and you're popping out your left knee. So spin out, and then your baton is out to the side of you. You're going to pop it back up, or flick it back up, and then you're just going to do a bring in. And make sure to keep your non-baton arm on your hip with your fingers together the entire time. For you, it's an 8-count move, so if you want to add counts to it, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you flick it up after the second half, you're going to make a little cross with your hands and then do a bring in. So instead of just flicking and then going upwards like this, it looks a lot prettier if you flick it and make a little cross and then bring in. So the next two moves are very similar to each other. They're called swing, swing, pop and swing, swing, boop. And they're very, very similar, so you want to try not to get the two of them confused. So the first one is a swing, swing, boop. So swing, swing, boop. And the second one is a swing, swing, pop, which looks like this. You're doing the same motion with both of these moves, it's just a difference of where you pop the baton at the very end. So a boop is in front of you, while a pop is to the side of you. Okay, so we're going to do boop first, and all it is a figure eight motion first to your left, then to your right, and your hands then meet in the middle. When you're here, you bend your knees a little bit, and you pop it back up. It's a 4-count move, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and you catch it on 4. So, once again. The next move, which is very similar, is called swing, swing, pop, which is the same thing just to the side of you, and your non-baton arm stays on your hip the entire time throughout. So you're doing the same thing, you're going figure 8, and instead of going in front of you, you're going to the side of you. So you go figure 8, and stop right here, and then pop it up. So same thing, figure 8, pop. So the next move is called a flat bounce, and it's very, very easy, and it looks like this. And for the first half of this move, your right knee is popped out and you're leaning forward. Your non-baton hand for this entire move is out to the side of you with your palm facing down. It's not an extension of your arm anymore, it's flat out like this, and you have to make sure your fingers are together. And all you're doing with your baton arm is doing 2 flats, and as you're doing these 2 flats, you're bouncing. So we're going flat, flat. That's the first half. Each flat I do, I bounce, but I'm still leaning forward. Now for the second half, I'm going to switch legs and I'm going to lean back now. So I'm going switch. Same thing, 2 bounces and 2 flats. So all together, it goes right, right, left, left. And that's called a flat bounce.